Before we dive too much deeper into this video, I have a quiz for you all. So, this is a Ram Rebel, right? This is a four-wheel drive equipped truck. You got your Ram boxes. This is a crew cab, short bed pickup truck. This does have the tow package, so you do have the 7-way connector plus the trailer brake controller. What do you think the payload numbers on this truck are? Now, I'm going to go ahead and go through the interior, go through some of the features on this truck, and talk about the specs. Towards the end of this video, I will show you what the payload number is based on the sticker on this truck, but I want you to guess. If you watched the video I did on the Ford trucks, and I went through several of them to show you what the payload number was, it gave you a pretty good exercise in understanding that all trucks are different. You can get a Ram half-ton truck with upwards of 2,000 plus pounds worth of payload capacity pretty easily if you spec it out correctly. But what do you think the payload numbers are on this Ram 1500 Ecodiesel crew cab 4-wheel drive Rebel pickup truck with the tow package? So, put your numbers in the comment section below. Please don't change it. This is just a game. We'd like to see how close or how far off you might be. And by the end of this video, I'll actually show you what the sticker says on the door. Now, as we move around the interior of this truck, there's a lot to like about it. They've done an absolutely outstanding job at designing the interior of the truck and making it feel very comfortable, making it feel very upscale, and giving you more of that luxury SUV interior feel to it, which is really nice. The gauges are absolutely beautiful. They've done a great job with the overall layout. The navigation screen is absolutely beautiful. I love the fact that they give you these really nice buttons down here and no blank spots. So you don't have any blank areas where there's lacking buttons. I like the fact that you have the height control. So you have the ability to raise or lower the truck from inside, which is also really nice. And that can help you conquer some terrain that other trucks that sit too low might not be able to. Or at the same time, give you a little bit better fuel economy whenever you lower the truck and you're on a longer trip. I like the placement of the trailer brake controller right here. Case in point with touching the screen, I just barely touched it with my knuckle and it changed the actual screen. But I love the placement of the trailer brake controller, like I was saying. I love the fact that you can disable your parking sensors with buttons as opposed to having to go through menus, so that's really nice. Your tow haul features right here, your traction control button, and you have twin USB-C and standard USB ports down here. Plenty of room here. I love how they do this space right here. The fact that they give you this adjustable center console that can either turn into this giant pocket, or you can use it as your cup holders, or you can put something down here and conceal it, which is really nice. I also like the fact that they give you a 115 volt 400 watt outlet down here, which is also very nice. Plenty of room in the center console space. When you flip this up, they give you a really cool chart here that shows you all sorts of conversions and measurements, which is nice, plus a huge pocket space down here and a good size space right here. I wish my truck had the organizational capabilities that this truck has with its center console, and that is definitely something that I appreciate about this truck. Now, something I was a little surprised to see or not see was the lack of a 360-degree camera in this truck. Now, it has all the other luxury features: heated seats, heated steering wheel, it has the mirror dimmer, really nice resolution to the screen. I just would have hoped that at this price point, it would have had a 360-degree camera. Now, one feature that I absolutely love that Ram incorporates well into all of their trucks with larger screens is this screen off feature. It might be nighttime and you simply want to turn the screen off. So all you have to do is hit screen off and there goes your screen. Very nice, very convenient, and I love the fact that they make a dedicated button for it. Overall, though, the fit and finish inside of this truck is absolutely great. Again, I love the ergonomics. I love the placement of buttons and switches. You can switch through all your four-wheel drive settings. At first, I really didn't care for these dial-style shifter knobs, but they've kind of grown on me. My wife's vehicle has it, and what's nice about it is it's a lot easier to get precisely into the gear you're looking for when you need to get into that gear. So if you need to go from park to reverse or park to neutral, it's a very simple process. What I've noticed on my truck with the stock and almost any truck, sometimes when you're trying to get into a certain gear, when you're trying to go into reverse or you're trying to shift into neutral, now this has happened even going through drive-through car washes, you accidentally shift a little bit too far. And with something like this, you really don't have to worry about that, which is nice. And a few observations: even though this truck does have power seats, it didn't have memory seats. And again, at this price point, I was kind of hoping it would have memory seats. So that was interesting. Also, the truck has what appears to be a tow package because it does have the trailer brake control on it. It does have a receiver hitch already in place. Now, taking a look at the back seat area of this truck, this is a huge win for Ram. They definitely gave you a tremendous amount of backseat leg space. This rivals Ford, it rivals GM definitely. It gives you plenty of room. Now, some versions of this truck can be opted with a reclining rear seat. And basically the way it reclines is the bottom seat slides forward and the back seat tilts back like that, which is super cool. This specific truck doesn't have that feature, but it does have flip-up seats with plenty of storage underneath for whatever you might have. And something else that's really nice and relatively new to the Ram lineup is the flat surface back floor area. So before you'd have a small transmission hump right here, now you no longer have that. I love the fact that they're putting a 400 watt 115 volt AC outlet back here. You have your USB-C and standard USB outlets in this little pocket here for whatever you might want to set in there, maybe your cell phone. The fact that they've placed their air conditioning vents higher as well than some manufacturers is really nice, and they blow a good amount of air. So some manufacturers put them back here, you just don't get a lot of air on you. But with Ram, you get plenty of air from these vents. And you can just see how thick these seats are. The bolstering on these seats is really nice. Ram has definitely done a great job. Now, they do have this truck spec'd out with a dual pane panoramic sunroof. I'm not personally a fan of sunroofs, so this isn't a big seller for me. I kind of wish my truck didn't have one. If you're looking for a sunroof, this truck definitely has a large one. The first pane slides back, the second pane is static or it's fixed so it doesn't move. Now, this truck is loaded with features. It's got a ton of them added to its build list. It's got the spray-in bed liner, it's got the ram boxes on the side, it's got the blind spot cross path detection, air suspension on all four corners, has the 33-gallon upgraded fuel tank, it's got the multi-function tailgate, it's got the dual pane sunroof. Just all sorts of features have been added to this truck on top of it being a Rebel. At this point, you probably already know what the Ram boxes are, but if you don't, they are essentially some utility boxes that are built into the side of the bed. Very useful, very convenient. They are designed to hold all sorts of different things. You can use them as kind of a makeshift cooler for drinks. You can use them to hold hunting rifles. You can use them to hold all sorts of different things. Plus, they have dividers. Very, very cool, and Ram's the only one that offers them. This is also equipped with kind of a bed divider, which is really cool. You have this divider right here that you can move in these little notches to be able to support cargo that might be in the back without it moving. Plus, it can extend beyond the truck and give you an extended bed, which is super awesome, and that is something that I think a lot of people appreciate about this truck. This specific one was also optioned with the OEM bed cover. Super cool. This is a soft bed cover. You can kind of see how it goes into place here, latches underneath. And then the multifunction tailgate is super cool. So this is a pretty innovative solution. You know, some people might call it a little gimmicky, but it is actually pretty cool. So to utilize this tailgate, you have two handles. You have the handle up here that actually lowers the tailgate, and then you have a lower handle right here, which allows you to split the tailgate open. Very cool. And then your other handle's right here to open up this side. Now, some people may say, what exactly you're going to use that for? And if you are carrying lumber, something like that, you could close one side and you could have the lumber extend out the back here. Important to keep in mind is you always want to close that side before you close this side. Otherwise, you'll hit this side with that side if you try to close it on top. This does have a 7-way connector to haul a trailer, and it does have a 2-inch receiver down here at the bottom. And this truck does come with Goodyear Wrangler tires. Very aggressive, very quiet tires too, so you don't get your traditional off-road tire hum with these. They are a very, very high quality tire, and a lot of people put these on even in the aftermarket. This also comes equipped with Bilstein shocks. And we'll take a quick look under the hood at this 3-liter Ecodiesel diesel engine. And this Ecodiesel engine does produce 480 pound-feet of torque. When properly spec'd with the right package, you can tow up to 12,560 pounds. This truck also does have adaptive cruise control and LED lighting up front. So taking a look at the window sticker on this truck has an MSRP of $70,880. So this is not an inexpensive truck. Now, you might say, well, what does this truck have that a standard half-ton pickup truck doesn't have? It has a lot of equipment and feature packages that have been added. It has the Rebel Level 2 equipment group. That's a $3,000 upgrade. Right, on top of that, it has the Ram 12 feature, which is the 12-inch screen, plus the heated seats, heated steering wheel, all your satellite features, LTE hotspot, 8-way power driver and passenger seat, 4-way lumbar adjustment on the passenger seat. It also has a ton of aftermarket upgrades, including the trifold tonneau cover. It has the 3-liter V6 diesel engine, which is an option, and it's the Generation 3 version of that. 800 amp maintenance-free battery, dual-pane panoramic sunroof. It has the black side steps, the rear liners. It's got the multifunction tailgate, which is also a pretty pricey upgrade. It's got the 33-gallon fuel tank. That's a big upgrade. That's a $445 upgrade over your standard fuel option. Has the air suspension being one of the bigger upgrades, $1,805 option. Blind spot cross path detection. It has the Ram boxes, another big upgrade. Trailer brake controller and spray and bed liner. So this is not a low equipped truck. Now, if you got this truck without a lot of these features, let's say you didn't want most of these and you didn't want the Rebel package on it and you didn't need the 12-inch screen, right there, you're probably looking at about $10,000 in savings easily, and you're still going to have a very well-equipped truck. It says the fuel economy numbers are between 21 and 29. Like I said, for my driving, where I live, I've been getting between about 17 and 23, 24 miles per gallon. All right, guys, so here's the moment. I hope you put your numbers in the comment field below on what you felt the payload capacity is of this truck, and I want to see what you think when you see the numbers. So, pan over and take a look at the actual payload numbers. So this half-ton truck has a maximum payload capacity of 1,072 pounds. 1,072 pounds. Now, the reason for that number being relatively low is because of all this stuff the truck is equipped with, because of all the features and upgrades and options, and the fact that the truck has a relatively low gross vehicle weight rating. So when you take that into consideration, and then you also look at the fact that, again, it's a very high-spec truck, all of that comes off of your payload. Now, you can get Ram trucks with well over 1,900 pounds worth of payload capacity in a half-ton configuration, but this specific truck, as spec'd, has a 1,072 pound payload capacity. So when it comes to towing an RV, what size, what weight RV would you want to put behind this? I wouldn't put anything with over a 500 pound tongue weight behind this truck. Mainly because you have to include the people that'll be in the truck, you have to include your cargo, if you have a generator in the back, your hitch, all of that stuff is going to count against your payload capacity. So you load 4 people in here, 2 adults, 2 children, you're talking easily 500 pounds worth of cargo there. You load a hitch on the back, you're talking another 115 pounds. Anything you put in the bed of the truck is going to stack on top of that. You're going to be over 1,000 pounds worth of payload capacity very easily. So if you have a large family, then your trailer actually has to be a little bit lighter. And I would probably say an R-Pod, something like that, something with a gross vehicle weight rating of about 5,000 to 6,000 pounds max behind a truck like this, mainly because of the payload capacity that you see here on the sticker. Anyways, guys, I sure hope you enjoyed this video. If you guys haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below. I'm always interested to know what you guys think about the trucks I review. Give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.